something that I hold very close to my heart. There's a script written for everybody present here. Go to college, work hard, study hard, then maybe join your father's business. Take it forward, be safe and predictable. My script, too, was written in a very similar manner. But before I get to it, I would like to tell you something about where I started all off from. At the age of 18, with not being sure as what I would like to do, I joined Flame University to pursue liberal arts. As I went along the years, I realized I would like to do BBA. Now, after having done BBA, my scripts were very similar. Join my father's business, learn the processes, and take it forward. One day, I built the courage in me to approach my father and tell him, Dad, I don't think this is what I want to do with the rest of my life. So he said, okay, son, tell me, what would you like to do? I hadn't thought of it. I did not know. The only thing I thought so far was to tell my father I don't want to do this. So I spent the next 48 hours doing some research and trying to figure out what to do. I knew I wanted to manufacture, I wanted to create a brand, but what? Eventually, I understood and I shortlisted 2 products. Either I would get into manufacturing of chewing gums or get into manufacturing of liposoluble waxes. The market for liposoluble waxes at that point of time in 2015 was very, very small. There was only one international Italian brand in the market and no Indian brand. So I said, Dad, this is what I would like to do. He said, how are you going to go about it? Oh, I hadn't thought of that as well. I am not a science background student, so I didn't know how to make it. I sat in my room trying to figure out the formulation. And let me tell you, back in the day, we only had Google, not ChatGPT. I started tinkering with formulations, making the wax in my room, and testing it on my friends and family and myself. Eventually, I was able to create a wax that could remove hair, the primary purpose of liposoluble wax. Now, the product wasn't great. I would say it was about 80% there. But I built the courage and leaped forward to start a factory. With a little seed capital from my parents of about 20 odd lakh rupees, Richelon was born in January 2015. Now 20 lakh rupees would seem a lot of money, but given the fact that I had to buy machinery, packaging material, and everything else to set up the factory, I was left with very little to run the business. My product wasn't 100% there yet. So we took about a year and a half to get there. But along the way, the next big challenge that I faced was to sell the product. Now, having done marketing in Flame, I thought, yeah, it could be easy. Why not? But practical knowledge is very, very different from textbook knowledge. And I learned it the hard way. There's a place in Bombay called Bandra where there are a lot of salons and a lot of celebrities. So I thought to myself, why not approach these salons and tell them to buy my product? I went up to them with product samples in my car from salon to salon and requested them to use my product. The question they asked me back then is, what is your USP? Why should we buy you over an international brand? I did not know. I said, honestly, ma'am, I do not know. I don't have a sleek answer for it. I have not come here with a deck prepared. But why don't you use the product? And if you like it, here's my number. You can call me back. That's how I built my first customer. Now, over the years, I started to build the team. But before that, I was wearing all the various hats possible. I was doing production, R&D, running the company, being the marketing guy, all of it. I was only 23. And it was very, very difficult. It's what I used to believe back in the day too. When it came to building a team, I hired people that were almost twice my age, with twice the amount of experience. And they wouldn't want to listen to a young guy who didn't have any experience at all. But it took time. It took some really serious time to get people to believe in what I had to say, into believing in the vision Richelon had to be. There are instances along the way and mistakes that I made on my own. I would give a product to a salon and they wouldn't pay me in return. They were bad debts that were coming on board too. There were people who, because I was naive and young, took advantage of the fact and created many, many issues. What I'm trying to say here is that I chose a life that is a little more difficult to comprehend today, I'm pretty sure, of being very, very unscripted. And along the way, there are a few takeaways, that I would like to share with you that may help any one of you to understand how to go about, the future. If I waited for my product to be 100% sure, I would never be able to launch Richelon. Oh, there is another very critical aspect that I would like to bring to your attention about Richelon, and that is that when we got into the market and people started to accept our product, now because it was made in India, it was supposed to be considered cheap and second grade. So I was never able to price it as expensive as the international brand. That was back in the day. Today, I would proudly say that because of the quality and quality alone, Richelon has the most expensive wax in the market. It is not because of anything else, but because of the fact that the customers and quality demanded it. There's a lot of perseverance, a lot of not knowing what you want to do, how you want to go about it. That is part of an entrepreneur's journey. But the courage and determination to go through the storm is like how I would like to put it, is what's going to help you all in the future. The other thing that I would like to say is that customer feedback is very, very, very important. Like I told you, I did not know the USP of my product. My customers were the ones to give me the USP. They told me that your fragrance is amazing and the aroma of Richelon has become its primary USP. Leadership, on the other hand, does not come with the title. It is something that you build with accountability, consistency, and humility. There is a script, like I said, written for everybody. But going beyond the script and writing your own is the way to go forward. Thank you.